Well, it's nice to know that I can always fit in a World of Horror run whenever I choose. Not that, you know, losing a run early is any good, as we get Cthulhu ill-fated random item stats, but, you know what? I'll take a short video over a long beleaguered video. Not that it's always going to be beleaguered, but, by that I mean... Hold on, ill-fated? Ill-fated? Yeah, ill-fated. Not that I mean... I can't do long content, just look at some of the content on my channel, but as we get into... I'm going crazy. As we get into Cthulhu ill-fated random item stats custom character, we'll play with the Switchblade one more time. So I said I was going to switch, I did not, because I felt like I should give it another chance, if for no other reason than I'm not really, not that I'm not familiar, but I wouldn't say I am familiar with fast weapons, but knowledge, Takshi-san, second mystery, light check, second encounter, maybe dexterity check, every single non-stat check, but boy we have dexterity and boy we have knowledge to maybe worry about. But basically what I'm trying to say is I don't often play with steak knife, switchblade, and brick to some extent. We could also check this. Now it does 2 damage and now it is completely garbage, but until we get another weapon, there's not much we can do about it. Now, thankfully, we do start with 4 funds, because we start with 4 funds, I guess, which is really actually pretty nice. But we'll take double knowledge, because ghost encounters are going to be really bad with a 2 damage weapon if we can't find any other weapon. But we'll have to see when it happens. If and when it happens. It's not a guarantee. In fact, you could go a whole run and not run into a ghost, not counting forced or boss encounters. Footage, sailors, teacher, television, and pupils. I think there's something in pupils, but I would still rather take teacher, torture, and footage, probably. Footage being first. And let's immediately look for the army knife. Or something good. The meat cleaver is bad, so we're just going to keep rolling until we get the army knife. And, yep. Let's assume that... Let me just stop here for a second, because I need a sigh. Also, a slower army knife as well. But let's assume that damage fluctuation is 50-50. 50% chance it goes up, and 50% chance it goes down. I want to let you know just how unlucky I would be here. 12.5%. But, so the army knife has base damage 5, went down to 4. Switchblade has base damage 3, went down to 2. Meat Cleaver has base damage 4, went down to 3. So already we are on a roll. Still gonna equip the army knife. You cannot take a 2 base damage weapon and feel too good about yourself. You could get lucky, but no. So we'll do our best. Let's see, hold on. Before I do the thing, threat level and maxed threat level forest. So the moment I see that, if I see any forest mystery, I'm putting the patrols in the forest. You can't stop me. 75% of the time, 75% of the time I'm right. I feel. Maybe I'm not right, but we'll see. Because the assumption is that I also go through every single forest investigation, but let's find out if we do. Because if so, this is gonna hurt regardless. It's just not gonna hurt as much as we get holes here. Especially after taking the mansion investigations, but we'll see. Take the stamina damage, by the way. We're probably going to run out of funds. We'll trade off reason if that happens. Just to try and do a thing. Also, that's right, we're elevated. I completely forgot. But stamina isn't so bad to lose. Reason, on the other hand, is something I'm always worried about. But I'll still try to balance the smaller of 2 evils, I guess, if that makes any sense. And that's all I have to say. Also, that is a forest custom event, right? Even though it tries to fit the thing of out of funds. Hold on, let me think for a moment. If I throw the switchblade, how much damage does it do? A lot. So, if we hit both of these attacks, and we hit both of them again... Actually, we don't need to. Just prep strong your way out of it. Let me take a big step back with 2 more steps backward after that, to say... no reason to take any risk. If you can prep strong your way out of an encounter on your second turn, please do so most of the time. It is to your benefit. Also, we are going through every single forest investigation, so that would have been an extra 6% doom guaranteed. In fact, we can't even take the reason damage because the penalty damage will just straight up kill me. So, we'll struggle till the end. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, we're not on... Oh, no, Cthulhu. Which is also why we're taking more Doom damage, because with Ill-Fated on top of threat levels, that's a big source of taking Doom damage in the face. We actually have to heal stamina here. We just don't have the resources to reliably do anything else. Teacher or television? Funny enough, I'll take television first. I want to be able to brace for teacher. Although, really, even if I can't brace for teacher, I would still advise people to take teacher before television torture. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't know which one is the check, but thankfully that's only one stamina for now. We're still taking a lot of damage because, boy oh boy, we're just taking failures left, right, and center. Doesn't help that the custom events that we ran into, whether they're linked events or not, they took away a lot of stamina and reason on top of the forced threat level penalty. So, I mean, what else can I say? So we fail every single check as well, so that affects our linked mystery events, which is very, very painful. You know what? I'm just gonna buy a spell and hope for the best. Nope, that was absolute garbage. So I basically traded 2 funds for 1 reason. Well, which is actually not to your benefit, by the way. But we can desperate struggle immediately. I was gonna say desperate prep strong, but that wouldn't be correct. And then we gamble on 81%, 90% into 90%. And we get 4 experience. But you know what? As opposed to pain, sure. Even if I grow teeth here, if we lose reason, I think we just end up dying. So, I don't think there's a lot I can do. Funny enough, I really don't think there's anything we can do. Can we somehow escape? Because I think if we, quote-unquote, properly sacrifice Kimiko, we fight a harder boss regardless. So, yeah, we can't sacrifice Kimiko, so we just have to fail this and take the all damage. After that, though, I think we just go for a dodge and do our best, although this is gonna result in a very short video. We're gonna brace just to try and inch closer, but I promise you, this is gonna be very, very, very painful, if not the end of the video, because, no, actually, this is the second mystery, so you know what? We have another video, so we're gonna dodge strong. 35% chance, and yep, there's the failure, so into another run we go. I'm shaking my head silently right now because of how bad, like, I can't stress enough as we get Herald, 3 custom mysteries, random item stats with World of Horror backstory, which is normal backstory, no effects, positive or negative. Yeah, how unlucky it is to get damage down Switchblade. That's not what you want to see. I forgot my old... Oh, no, it's Herald. So, Herald, World of 4, random item stats, 3 custom mysteries. If the Switchblade goes to 4 damage, we're super good. So, basically, 50-50 shot of your run being very good or very bad, in terms of just the weapon you start out with. Second mystery, Dexterity, Takshisan, Knowledge, Strength, every single stat check. Charisma possibly last if we have the 6th floor. But... man, 4 damage this time? Okay, good. The balance has been aligned. Although if you were doing a kind of Iron Man run, you random item stats can just absolutely steamroll your face. You know what? We'll take this. We'll take that knowledge. Might as well. You never know when you're gonna get an extra point of knowledge right into a ghost encounter. But if we just get a ghost encounter in general, hey. I would like the extra damage boost. So, Ramen, Arms, Taxi, Tongue, Teen. A lot of T alliteration, but we have to worry about Arms as well. Taxi, Tongue, and I don't think there's too much in Teen, so let's, both of these are bad. I'll take Tongue first, just because we're topped off on stamina. I don't know for how long, but... we'll do our best. I'm going to pop into the vending machine and grab a pack of cigarettes. 3 funds, by the way. So what we can opt to do here, and this is what I like to alternatively do if we don't have to buy a weapon, is that I just end up preparing for cigarettes. Now, I would have to prepare more on a character that doesn't start with funds, but because this character also starts with funds, really, really good. I basically, if you start with an okay weapon at least, and you start with funds for a custom character, or just in general, like say 7th Curse, I would say preparing for funds to get 2 packs of cigarettes is a good thing to do if you are comfortable doing it. If you're not comfortable, if for some reason you'd like to go buy something else, maybe a tainted violin with a guaranteed weapon, maybe just getting the monkey wrench or heavy duty flashlight, do whatever you want, it's fine. But this sure beats an ill-fated switchblade damage down run, because boy, that was really, really painful. We could pop the cigarettes here. I didn't mean to go there. But you know what? If the library notes sell for 1 funds, we're going to pop into the vending machine and take another pack of cigarettes. So, yeah, with all these cigarettes at our side, right before the boss here, I forgot to visit the police station, by the way. High Hospital, Maxed Forest, so police station Forest again. But since we don't have anything to handcuff, theoretically speaking, in this mystery, then yeah, we can just keep going on. It's been a while since I checked the washing machines. You get 1 reason for perception, but you know what? We have 8 perception, good chance of passing, and into the cigarettes immediately. So, we can do a lot of cool stuff. Unfortunately, this oral alien has 50 power, so instead, we have to do anything else. I would rather do prep strong and then add an attack. This is... 4 stamina is not the worst thing in the world, as long as there are not 2 to 3 bosses back to back. In fact, even 2 bosses doing 4 stamina or reason and getting slapped by them for 1, maybe 2 turns isn't so bad if you have the strategy for it. But if you don't, yeah, it's pretty bad. But if you are prepared and you know what you're doing in World of 4, then basically the threshold is about 3 bosses. The reason for that is looking at your bath rest or possible home rest as opposed to Doom. I forgot what the exact numbers are, but I remember crunching the numbers and going, oh, that's not so bad. Even if you're taking, again, 4 damage, which is why I mentioned this also equates to taking -2 all damage, because essentially that's 4 as well. If I were not okay with that, I would be a little hypocritical. But as we move on here, so what we want to happen is that we run into a lot of encounters while we're doing this. Also, keep in mind, since we have Taxi, I completely forgot, but since we have the mystery Taxi in our run, we can get another pack of cigarettes. That's all I'm trying to say. So, theoretically speaking, we should have enough cigarettes for the entire run. It would take really, 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 really bad RNG to run out of cigarettes after popping 4 packs of cigarettes. That's all I'm trying to say. Now, that being said, whenever I lose reason, I should just pop these cigarettes anyway, because, yeah. Take the Doom, take the thing, try to stop the car, fight, and off we go. And yeah, we might as well just use the benefits of the Switchblade. So 4 attacks, 1 strong. That's not 60%, by the way. That was 40%. But you know what? Maybe this turn's better. Nope. I want to put into perspective, by the way, that we only hit 2 that first turn, right? So, yeah, we only hit 2. We did 10 attacks. And of those 10 attacks that are at 60%, we only hit 2 of them. I still want that to let that sink in because of how bad that actually is. So back-ended RNG is not great, is the other way to say that. For those who don't know what that means, back-ended RNG means, say you flip a coin 5 times and you call heads. The first 3 may be tails and then the last 2 are heads. So if something results in you needing results immediately, then back-ended RNG is bad for you because you will not get results immediately. That actually has a practical effect, both as from my time as a game design, game dev, in that you want players to feel good usually at the start of something, whatever it may be. Maybe the beginning of a game, maybe the beginning of a mechanic, maybe early on where they're, say, going through a video game casino. You don't want them to lose 5 times in a row and then finally win 10 times after that. You cannot rely on a player staying that long. That's why, as much as I usually like to disagree on this point, first impressions are important, basically. We are also failing every single choice, by the way, but them's the breaks. Almost literally on this point. Oh my goodness. Well. At least we don't have to fight a boss, but hey. That's also the result of bad choices, I think, too, but I think you have to literally fail each and every one of them, right? Am I going crazy? Anywho, moving on. So, yeah, we should just take arms here to be sure. If the other custom mystery on the right is just as bad, not really much I can do about it. Period. That's the end of the sentence. So, yeah, then we took that. That was one of the least wanted curses, because now my knowledge increases have been effectively nullified. Yeah, that's all I can say. Especially, I think we're on a run where... I forgot my second encounter, by the way. But we're on a run that... I forgot if it's all stats or all non-stat checks. But anywho, we're going to Desperate Struggle next turn anyway. We might as well just gamble here. Could have braced, yes, but I chose not to. And moving on. Now, if you fight the boss here, the painkillers will come in clutch. But until that moment, let's hope that we don't lose any more stamina. I think we can still survive this boss as it is now. In fact, we need to hit 3 of these. There's actually a quite low chance of hitting 3 of these, but... Or lower than I'd like to expect. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but 60%, 3 out of 4 times is... I think it's closer to 50-50, actually, funny enough. So, anywho. But yeah, we definitely have enough cigarettes to last the whole run. The question is, 1, do I have the Doom at this point? And 2, do I have the stamina? Did I already say that? I'm going crazy. Anywho. So, as we move on here... Man, these luck checks. Literal luck checks. That one was a 12. I think the previous one was also a 12 in Taxi. But hey, I mean, I can't roll to save my life. So, thankfully we're on Timeline A. If we were on Timeline B, we very likely could have died there. Because even if we trade off all this reason, I'm pretty sure we just end up taking a bunch of damage. No, that's not true. I can brace into stuff. But anyway, we lost Bath. That's not good to see. And I need to recover stamina. We're taking Doomed already, because Doomed already. But let's get into Troubled Teen, and let's see what happens. Yeah, this is, I think, no boss fights, right? Maybe a mid-boss? I can't remember correctly. I would wager no mystery-specific enemies, and let's see if I'm right. I will be proven wrong within the next 2 to 3 minutes, unless I get into, like, 2 encounters back-to-back. But... Or we just doom out somehow. I highly doubt that's going to happen. -2 reason guaranteed. All right. Also, tangent note. Well, related to gameplay tangent. So there doesn't need to be an enemy to take just as much, if not more damage than actually fighting a boss enemy. For example, that last event in which I took the -2 reason guaranteed, if I end up taking like 4 more reason guaranteed somewhere, then, I mean, that's as bad as a boss, at minimum. But anywho, as we lowered Doom there. Moving on. I don't think that was... I think it was Kazuha. I'm going crazy. Anywho. I forgot. Oh no, in-game lore. Oh, that's right. We lost Bath. But, last mystery. So, Ramen is relatively safe. We can toss the painkillers if I so choose, but that would not be great. Instead, I would probably toss the map because we are not visiting any of these locations. Could also toss the meat cleaver, but we're going to wait for that. Because you never know. I do have an alternate play right here, which is to check the history club, because if we find the gruesome totem, we will get more Doom out of... we will get more Doom out of that than the Doom increase. But this time I'm not going to visit the history club. Normally I would, but this time I chose not to. I'm just going to roll luck here. Nope. I mean, at least failing gives me reason. So basically traded 2 funds for a reason. Although, if we run out of funds... That's probably even worse. Yeah, so I'm going to sell that meat cleaver. I'm just going to... We probably just break even here. But let's just set it downtown just in case. Just in case. History question mark? I thought that one of those was stamina. I am wrong. Keep in mind we do have the painkillers, but that's not going to save me. So I'm going to just risk the ride and nope. Keep in mind that we're also taking penalty damage, so we are going to lose 2 reason, as opposed to 1 reason. Yeah, 1 reason. Because Doomed already. Continue looking. I need to pass these checks, by the way. Did I toss the thing? I did not. No, because I sold the meat cleaver, so that's fine. Anywho. If we had deduction, it would be a thought experiment to take the thorough investigation, but because I would have about 50 experience right now, which gives me a chance to level up at the lighthouse, but I don't remember things, so hey. Yeah, we do have every single stat check. Oh no! Yeah, we have every single stat check. Just make sure. So, dexterity, 3 stamina, knowledge, 3 more stamina because I lost my 2 knowledge, and then 9 stamina due to not having enough strength. Unless I get quick thinking right here, right now. Alright, maybe I already took it, but you get the point. Anywho, doesn't matter, so we need to heal stamina just to try and save, and we do have the painkillers. The question is, can I do anything else? No, right? 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3. Move on. Do we have the 6th floor? We do. So, yeah, we need to get all of these correct. I did tongue first into taxi, and then I did arms third, I believe. I don't remember what my second encounter was, if we have that check, but I guess we're gonna find out. We're waiting for the painkillers just in case I have Takshisan, which we do. Takshisan came in first, unfortunately, though. And I think the handcuffs are in the thing, so we're gonna do a coin flip here. Actually, it's not a coin flip, but it's close enough it doesn't matter. And away we go. Just making sure I don't have anything that I can use to decrease my doom. But with these painkillers, I think we'll be okay. Oh, I forgot to pop the painkillers. I'm going absolutely crazy. Well, I don't think I had a second encounter check, so I could have actually survived that run. So you know what? I'm gonna take the break, even though I did die in that run. But not really much else to say. If you know what to say, if you know what to do, and then I won't take up much more of your time. Also, yes, I am uploading other games at the pretty much during the month. One of them getting DLC, the other one having been just updated in the last week or two. So yeah, without further ado, have fun on this channel. I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye.